Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Alright, we got just quick 2nd Ezra's, the 5th chapter. We wanted to read the first few verses and just break it down. So, Lord willing, this will be edifying. It says, 2nd Ezra's 5 and 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in great number.
And just for the backdrop, this is Ezra speaking to the angel Uriel. The 2nd Ezra as a whole is a very prophetic book. Because ultimately Ezra was given a vision. Because he ultimately had, the angel gave him the vision to see far ahead, in the far future. You can read that verse again in the backdrop.
Yeah, 2nd Ezra 5 and 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in great number.
Taken in a great number, man. Especially in these times, man. That's where we're ultimately getting ready to see, man. And especially when Esau Edom is about to show us what's that, Revelation 12. Yep. Going to be coming down with great wrath, all they have in a short time.
Hey, Revelation 13, he spake as a dragon.
Yep. What's that? That two political party system, man. The right and the left. Those draconian laws. It's going to cause a lot of people to ultimately be put to death.
It says, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
And right, that happened for a time, man. Ultimately, this truth is hidden. When YAHAWASHI came, he will loosen the seals, and whatnot. But
and it's gonna be hidden again.
Yeah.
When the mercy is closed.
We just went on that, but you grab the scripture how it talks about what's that in Isaiah? Ultimately the covering cast that is spread upon all.
You know what chapter that is?
I believe that's Isaiah 20. Is it Isaiah either 25 or verse 50, 59, somewhere around? Let me see though.
Oh, I got it. Isaiah 25 and 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast upon all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
Yeah, because we know in Revelation 20 when Esau Edom got back into power, he began to deceive the whole world, and ultimately when him deceiving the whole world, he put up himself as the Lord and Savior, painted him as a so-called white man, and ultimately began to deceive the other nations into believing a lie, man.
And it even says in Revelation 13, he blasphemed the name of God and his image.
That's right.
He spoke great words against the Most High.
Yep.
Like the brother's going into.
And ultimately, not only did they change YAHAWASHI to pale so-called white man, but they changed. They proclaim them to be the children of Israel. But ultimately, what you grab that in 2nd Ezra 6, ultimately what the truth is coming out. 2nd Ezra 6, I believe, is around 26, 27.
I got you. 2nd Ezra 6 and 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
Right, so this truth is ultimately being manifested in the earth today, man. By what? The Lord's men, the men that YAHAWASHI set up to proclaim this truth, man. And that's ultimately what we're seeing. With this truth coming out, we're ultimately we're proclaiming who the true children of YAHAWASHI are. The names, who our enemies are, man. This is what this truth is ultimately doing, man. It's casting down strongholds.
That's right.
So this truth was ultimately hidden for a time, but through the spirit of power, YAHAWASHI is ultimately brought back into the earth.
And so this is how you know that we're at the end, because we have the truth.
Yep.
We have the names of YAHAWASHI. This gospel has been preached to the four corners of the earth, and then the end shall come. So this YAHAWASHI being righteous, he's gonna put his word out there, before the judgment. It says you will be without excuse.
Yep. We actually, quoted that in the lesson today.
So this back in 2nd Ezra's 5 and verse 2. but iniquity shall be increased above that which thou hast seen, or that thou hast heard long ago.
Shall you read the verse prior? Because I want to break down the land for how it says, the land shall be barren of faith.
It says 2 Ezra 5:1. In the end of the verse it says, and the land shall be barren of faith.
Right, the land shall be barren of faith, because it's going to get so bad. A lot of people want to be faithless, man. Because what it talks about in Proverbs, where there is no vision, the people perish. They're not going to be able to see it far off, man. It's going to be so much hell and destruction, man. A lot of people are going to lose their faith, man. Even, the ones that even proclaim themselves to be Israelites, they're going to lose faith,
And the scripture says, gather faith for a treasure.
Yep. And that's what we're doing in these last days, man. The Lord is putting us through different trials and tribulations to ultimately to build upon our faith.
So we have a treasure, man. Verse 2, 2 Ezra 5:2. But iniquity shall be increased above that which thou now seest, or that thou hast heard long ago.
Right. In Ezra's time, man, iniquity was increasing. How much more so now, man? Especially with the Edomites in power, man.
Right. Evils were multiplied.
Yeah, evils multiplied. What was that when Alexander's generals put crowns upon themselves, man? And the said can be said now, man, even on a more higher scale. Esau has perfected wickedness, man.
Come on, man. The portion of the Amorites is fulfilled.
Yeah.
See? So it says, verse 3, and the land that thou seest now to have root shalt thou see wasted suddenly.
Because he even talks about what is it in it's somewhere in 2 Ezra how it talks about from Adam, how's it quoted?
From Adam come we all.
No, not that. It's another one. It says from how's it quoted? It says from Noah to Adam, to the time of threshing shall come.
God.
If you know what I'm talking about.
What
it talks about damn, let me see, can I grab it real quick?
Because I'm recording on this phone.
It cannot be turned upside down, so we're good. Let me see.
Oh, yeah.
Because this place ultimately needs to be destroyed.
If that which is sown be not turned upside down,
that which is sown, yep.
Then cannot that come which is sown with good.
Let me see. Bear with us for a second. Let me grab this precept.
Okay, I got it. 2 Ezra 4:28. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
Right, the evil is sown. Ultimately, what? The wickedness is implanted in the earth. We see the wickedness happening. It's sown in the earth. Read that again.
Kind of says 2 Ezra 4:29. If therefore, or 28. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
Right, the evil is sown. We see these, people doing wickedness. Ultimately multiplying on that wickedness. But it says what? The judgment has not yet come. So ultimately what? The destruction has not yet come. The water. So ultimately that's what we're ultimately waiting on, man. The Lord, they're ultimately building up their tab, man. Right. And the Lord is just going to judge them all together. With this devil, the Lord is ultimately what? Let this devil build up his tab, and the Lord is just going to judge, these wicked individuals, all at once.
Hey, they will build, but I will throw down.
That should call them the board of wickedness.
So you have destruction, right? You have construction, and then you have destruction.
Mm-hmm.
So though he's building up his house, but hey, it says the keepers of the house shall tremble.
Yep.
So the Lord is going to destroy his house. Verse 29, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good.
Right, as the elder brother Murphy always say, the elder brother Jeremiah, you can't put shit on shit and call it a sandwich. This wicked kingdom has to be destroyed for the righteous kingdom to be ultimately instituted. So this place has to be destroyed. Wickedness has to be put out for ultimately what? The translation into that righteous kingdom.
It says for Verse 30, for the grain of evil seed hath been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much more ungodliness hath it brought up until this time.
And right, that was talking about what's that, Ezra's time, man. So how much more in our time, has it brought forth, man? And what the Lord is about to come to ultimately what, destroy this place and the wickedness, that what resides in it.
It says, verse 31, ponder now by thyself how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed hath brought forth. And when the ears of corn shall be cut down, which are without number, how great a floor shall they fill?
Yeah, and this is the time that we're living in right now, man. What's that? The seed of evil is ultimately about to be put out. Wickedness is about to be put out. That was pretty much the point to that.
Okay. This Revelation 14 and 15, or 14. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown.
Yeah.
And in
that's YAHAWASHI.
Yep.
And that cloud being the chariot.
And in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. And the harvest, Yahawashi said it, the harvest is the end of the world.
Because he even talks about how's it quoted in Lamentations? I thought it was in Jeremiah. It shall be from one end of the earth even to the other end of the earth. Because YAHAWASHI is coming back to kill a lot of people. Because what? The earth is filled with wickedness. People that pride themselves in wickedness. People that love, to do wickedness. That's what the Lord is coming back. Starting with the Edomites, that's what the Lord is coming back to ultimately what? To get rid of, man.
Separate the wheat from the tares. And who serves the Lord and who doesn't.
That's right.
The elect and not. So this is verse 16. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud voice, cried to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe.
Because ultimately what? You're going to have the Lord deliver his elect, and everybody that's not of the elect, is ultimately going to be judged, man. And for their wicked deeds,
And that's the next verse, 19. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of God.
Because what do it also say? It says, the blood shall be up to the horse's bridle. How much blood YAHAWASHI is going to spill. Because
444.
Because of this great wickedness, that's happening on the earth, man. And the Lord is going to deliver the elect, from amongst, the wickedness.
I'm going to get the next verse because you just quoted it too. Verse 20, and the winepress was trodden without the city, and the blood came out of the winepress even unto the horse's bridle, by the space of 1,600 furlongs.
Right, so that's a representation of how much blood is going to be spilt, man. And that is a lot of blood, man. How much wickedness, how much, the Lord is going to kill these wicked people, man. That's the representation of how much blood is going to be spilled, man. You can read that verse in 2nd Ezra again, the last one you just read.
In verse 4, in chapter 4.
Yeah, what was the last verse you had written in 2nd Ezra?
If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down.
Yeah, read it one more time.
2nd Ezra 4 and 29. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, And if the place where the evil is sown pass not away,
Meaning what? This place needs to be destroyed before the institution of a righteous kingdom. This place has to go. Reiterating what I just said before. It's the elder Jeremiah always say you can't put sugar on shit and call it a sandwich. Wickedness and righteousness cannot reign at the same time. So this place has to be eradicated for ultimately what? Righteousness can thrive, or a righteous kingdom. So the Lord is going to what? Destroy this wicked kingdom and set up his righteous government, man.
We've been talking about it all week. This is a translation of kingdoms. It's a wealth transfer. It's a power transfer. The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Yep.
But it's at the end of the day, it's going to be the throne of David, headed by YAHAWASHI HaMashiach on down to the prophets, the
disciples,
the King David, the disciple, who is one of the disciples, right? Peter, right? Our throne, our government, man, the throne of David.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was pretty much it. Actually, if Lord want to do it in the future, we could definitely do a second, full
breakdown.
Yeah. Get into it. Fresh up on some things. But Lord, when we hope this lesson was edifying, when it ended up by giving all praise, honor, and glory to
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH.
Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone that taught us the truth, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe, and the elect begins with the 144,000. Lord, when we hope this lesson was edifying, till next time, YASHARAHLA, Shalom, and
Shalom.